All right, guys. Hey, this is Daniel again, and I want to talk about some really awesome features that are coming out. I've been working with the Universal Battles 2 developer to design some new features that specifically are great for Mage Knight, but they can also work for any sort of game system that requires multiple stat blocks, and those stat blocks change as the unit becomes damaged. So just to keep in mind, this isn't live yet. This is in their test environment here. But I want to go ahead and just give you guys a sneak peek of these new features. So the first thing I want to show you here is that I'll go to like the Amazon Queen in this example here, right? So here's the Amazon Queen here. Now, previously, we have had to, what I was doing was having to basically manually build out her stat blocks, right? And I was having to kind of move her stat blocks along with it. It was a bit of a tedious process to do so. But with some of these new features coming out, we no longer have to do that. All we have to do is build the model, and then we can import that information through here. So here, this is in the Amazon Queen, her description area. And there is this new thing that he's added called how to code stat blocks. And in here, it's a very simple tutorial where you can do simple stat blocks based on numbers, and you can do some stat blocks with some icons. What we're interested in is we are interested in the dynamic stat blocks, where a unit you can set the W or the wound value to 0, and that's going to change as you are adding in a new W. So for instance, in this example, when it's fresh, no wounds, it has this stat block. When it has 1 to 2 wounds, and when it has 3 wounds, you can see the stat blocks going down. So what I did here is I basically built out the stat blocks for the Amazon Queen. I used basically, like dial stats here. So here I just kind of looked at the stats, and I went ahead and just built out the stat blocks. I'm using squares and circles. So this can work for pretty much all abilities that have a square. And we can also provide a number and then a color here. So to just kind of read through here, the D is where it's being displayed. And then it starts off with this wound. So when the Amazon Queen is fresh, it has this stat block, right? It's a square, a 10, and it has a red, and then a 12 on blue, and then a yellow on defense, and then a gray for command on the damage. And so I basically laid out all this stat blocks here. This isn't that big of a deal compared to what we were doing, where we were literally manually creating these stat blocks. This is going to be so much better, and I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to take these stat blocks, copy them over, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste this in her information chain here, and then I'm going to save. I'll go back and see, and so now she has all her stat blocks in one area. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go to a battle. So we're going to go ahead and just create a battle. If you excuse me, my daughter is in our room. She's able to do that. So here I'm just going to go ahead and pull up my Black Powder Rebels, and I'm going to go ahead and just add the Amazon Queen to the board here. So here, this Amazon Queen has her here, and oh, sorry, I'm actually going to have to add her stat blocks here. So let's do that. Save. And here we get the stat blocks from the Amazon Queen. So you can see it starts off when she's unwounded, she has her unwounded. And there's a button now on, well, this is already existing, where you can add wounds. And as you are adding wounds now, those stat blocks automatically adjust. And once you hit 9 or more, the zeros represents that he's dead. So, this is a great way now for us to play Mage Knight, because we don't have to like build all these stat blocks. They're already incorporated in here. So I just wanted to give you guys that update that this can make us playing Mage Knight a lot simpler here. And it's just by turning on, and since it's part here, you can also just turn off the label. So suppose you already know for stats, you can just kind of turn off the label, but anytime you want to, you can just turn on these labels and you'll be able to see all the stats of the metals that are going on. So I'll make this one quick. Thanks a lot, guys. And I hope this encourages people. I know me, I'm going to be building some more Mage Knight models. I'll be using this method, which is just going to make playing Mage Knight on Universal Battles like a lot easier. So thanks a lot.